Well, let me tell you a story. It begins with know when you're winning and leave with it, right? Leave with it. Whatever your fucking objective is, please leave with it. And if you doubled or tripled up that objective, what are you really trying to do here? You trying to make $1 million? You're not. Not in one night. So have an objective and leave with it. So what does this money mean before you? Well, $3,000, obviously, right there. Here's how it started. And I'll tell you how much I'm actually up now. Started the day with 1,800 American. Okay. So I went there and I didn't want to change it all to Canadian because I hate the fucking reverse exchange. You know what I mean? I wanted to keep as much in American as I could, if I could. And I went in and I exchanged 800 to start with. It actually ended up being 803, so I could get an even number of units that I wanted to do. I didn't want their gold coins, whatever the fuck they give you. I wanted paper money, so I gave them 803, and they gave me 1,075 plus a dollar coin. So maybe it was a $2 coin. I don't know what the fuck it was. I gave it to my waiter as a tip. So I basically had $1,075, right? Well, this is what I did. I said, I'm going to just buy in with $300 units. Not $300 units, a $300 bankroll to start with, not a bankroll, a buy-in, sorry. So I had 1,075. I bought in with 300. And I split that into 4 units of $75. Now, to be clear, they had table minimums that very quickly went up from $25 to $50 after I got there. Quaint. But that's what they decided to do. So I wasn't betting $50 minimums anyway. I was betting 75, so it really didn't bother me. I just found it funny that I buy in and all of a sudden we're increasing the minimum, right? It's a Saturday. It happens. But it's like, really? And then all 4 tables went to 75. But I digress. Anyway, I had $300. And I basically had 4 units to fail with, right? Or I'd have to buy in with more and get more. Well, how many shoes do we play where I never have to go under 4 units to win, right? So I'm like, that should be enough. And like I say, challenge yourself to buy in with less. And see what you can do with it, Because the more, I'm telling you, especially if you're winning, the more money you have in front of you, the more confident you feel. You don't want confidence. You need to feel like it's a fight, Like, you have to have your guard up. You can't feel like you can just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks all the time. That's why you got to keep putting your profit back in your pockets. You don't look at it. You keep starting over. So those 4 purple chips there, they might as well have been 4 stacks of green chips, three chips high, right? It's $75 times 4 is 300. So those 4 purple chips, I tried to keep in front of me the whole time, but they would be green chips, not purple chips. This was the final result, So anyway, I was able to turn $300 into $1,600, and not bragging, obviously. I mean, it's cool. I more than quadrupled up, if that's how you say it. It's a 5x on my money. Plus, I had 1,600. So I had a 1,300 takes. No, I had 1,600 take. Plus, I had the 300. I had $1,900 in front of me. So what happens? You're not happy, right? You're winning, but you're like, well, let's turn this into 4 purple chips. Tried to go for that last $100, bro, and I couldn't get it. And I then, like, you're dipping under your highest moment again, right? You never want to leave with less than your highest moment, right? Because now you feel like it's your money. That's insulting that you think you can actually have your money back. No, I'm not going to let you do that, right? So I fought. I fought harder than I should have because I'm like, fuck it, I'm working on casino money, right? Don't fucking think like that. Because here's what happened. Uncle Nostra tried a little too hard, and he gave those units back. He did. I know. It's fucked up. The reality is, I was only in for $300 of my money, but it felt like I was down $2,000, right? Oh, by the way, I lost my 300 too in this process. So it felt like I was out 2,000 because I had their fucking money. I had them by the nuts, guys, and I gave it back. And the only reason I gave it back was, you know, I say not to do it on my videos, but I still do what I do because I'm an enabled cunt, guys. And that's part of the reason I'm making this video. I'm confident in my ability that I can fix things, but I don't have enough humility to just let low enough be alone. When I decided to keep playing after I dipped under 1,600 and 1,500 and 1,400 and so forth, 1,200, 1,000, it was all profit, so it didn't still hurt me. Like, I thought once I got to 1,000, whatever, 300 a day, it'd be over a triple daily, right? So, I mean, I was still doing good in my mind. But, fuck that up. It was Twilight Zone stuff, guys. It didn't matter what fucking table I went to. Whatever I tried to make work, stopped the second I fucking got there. You ever do that? Like, you put $2 out there, and every time you do, it doesn't work. The second you bet the table minimum, you win every time, right? It was that kind of shit, dude. And I say it all the time. You don't even got to do that. You can build off the small stuff. I could have said, fuck it. I gave piece of my 1,600 back. I could just reduce and just try to, play in the small. I had the ability to play in the small, $50 at a time to get that 100 back. Just get 2 units back. And if I lost, they're only 50 at a time, And if you're in a backward spiral and you're only betting 50 at a time, it's a lot harder to get fucked up just doing that than you're doing 200 or, God forbid, more. So, like I say, I had no business betting the kind of increased betting structure that I decided to utilize when I knew I didn't have that kind of money with me. I didn't have $8,000 to be warranting a $200 bet. But there I was trying to do it. $1,600 even. If I'm betting 200, I would only have 8 units. Now that's still a lot. I did this whole process with 4 units, and that's what got in my head. Well, fuck it. I only needed 4 units to get here. I have 1,600. I have double that in $200 units. I can handle this. I can get a little more. Well, guess what? I got fucked up. This is why I think it's a good idea. Whatever level you're on, you should probably stay at that level for a while. Even if it's over 30 days and you beat their ass, maybe stay at that level for another month. Just know, they can't get you. You know what I mean? There's no way you're ever going to go home broke because you're playing with such a small unit value for your total amount of units available. Just depends what you're leaving with every day, I suppose. But, if you got to the end of the month with 7,000 and you started the whole thing with, 3,000, let's say, now you got 10. So, that's a lot. At that level, if there's 30 units of 75 and $3,000, then, or actually, what is it? What is it exactly? Well, let's think about it like this. If you had $100, you'd have 100 units with 10 grand. You're going to go through 100 fucking units? So, anyway, I'm getting a little off track here. Rethink here what I'm trying to say. So, I gave all that money back. And, I bought in with I had my first buy-in. My first bankroll buy-in. I had 1,075. I bought in with 300. I bought in with another 200. So I still had 575 in my pocket. I went through that 200. Couldn't make that get up. I bought it with the other 575 altogether. I'm like, fuck it, let's just see what we can do here. You know, getting impatient, of course, knowing I was up 1,600 and now I'm down 500 of my own money, right? That's a $2,100 fucking swing. I was only down 500 of my money, but that was a $2,100 swing. It was insulting, right? Well, it gets worse. When you feel that albatross on your shoulders and you know you're down that much, even if it was mostly their money, you still hate that fact, don't you? It's a mental warfare that is Baccarat, guys. You gotta have a. Some days, you know, if you're up that much and you chose to stay and you give it all back, maybe just get even for that day and go home for your mental state. Come back knowing, yeah, it was a battle. I beat their ass walking in the door. I gave it all back, though. But then they started to hurt me, and I got all my money back. We called it a day. We were even. They didn't beat us. We didn't beat them. We did beat them. We chose not to leave. You know, the rest is whatever. But there's still more to say here. So I went through 1,075 of my money basically at that point and didn't win. At some point, I'm not going to bore you with how I tried to fight and not fight and whatever, but fucking, I went back to the cage and I bought in with my last 1,000 American. That gave me $1,340. Came back to the table. I bought it with the little stuff first, the $140. Somehow I turned that into $800. Then I bought in with, well, I ended up losing that entire 800, part of which was my 140 from the buy-in. So I lost that 800 altogether. And I bought in with just another 200. That left me with $1,000 in my pocket still. Canadian, of course, but Canadian nonetheless. This entire day now made my buy-in $2,415, I believe. Yes. So the long and the short of it is, I never had to buy in again. I turned that $200 that I bought in for, which effectively was a total buy-in of my money of, well, we had 1,075 to start with, and then we just bought in with another 340. So one could say we were bought in for 1,340, 1,300. We were bought in for 1,300. It was closer to 1,400 we were bought in for, right? It was 1,075. I'm sorry. I should have wrote it down. 1,075 plus 340. So 1,375 plus 40 would be 1,415, right? So I was bought in with 1,415 of my money. I got out of there with $3,000. So I basically, outside of the $15, fuck that $15. I made $1,600, okay? That's what happened. It's the same amount that I was up at the beginning of the day. I was up that much early in the day, but like I was sending my daughter pictures of my stopwatch I had on my phone, and I keep updating like every few minutes. It'd be like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, hour, hour 13 minutes, whatever it was. I got the 2 hours plus, and I had the 1,600. I'm like, why am I still here? I'm making 800 an hour. What am I doing? But that's the fucking problem, guys. The quicker you're able to make it, I don't care if you're just flat betting 75 all day. You make enough of those, it starts to get in your head. I'm doing fucking awesome. Like I said, those 4 purple chips, I lasted a long time, 2+ hours on 4 units of my money. They were $75 units, not purple units, but it was, you know, it was it was something that I knew I could do. And I thought it was really cool. The last time I bought in, I didn't even buy in with four units of 75. I bought in with 200. And out of that 200, it became 3,000. And how that happened, I'm not going to bore you with all that. I got lucky, okay? I did. I was a little aggressive to start with. I parlayed that 200 twice. I got it to 400. Then I got it to 800. And I'll tell you what, if I would have stayed on it, this would have been 3,200 because it would have went 2 more times. But I chose not to be a selfish C word. And I said, I'm going to start the process over again because I've already done this a few times and got fucked. And of course, the time you don't try hard is the one that it would have fucking worked, right? I'm not going to bore you on how or why it would have worked. The point is, the result I was playing for would have worked over and over and over again. So whatever your result is, if you're able to back your money out and start over from the beginning, you at least, if you lose, aren't losing much. And you can flat bet it till it loses. I'm going to be going to dinner shortly, apparently, so I got to wrap this up. But there's nothing wrong with starting over. Not starting over from scratch, but I'm starting over your progression. So if you were able to turn 200 into 800, first of all, that's a 4x take on that $200 alone, right? Sure, you made 600, but you've turned it into 4x value, right? So accept that for being awesome for what it is. For fuck's sake, a lot of people don't even make half 600 in a day, let alone make it in a few minutes. You know what I mean? So I had to check myself a little and start over. And if I would have left it, damn, it would have hit at least 2. I know it hit at least 2 more times. So that would have been, if I kept it all in and didn't even mitigate the parlay, I would have got it to 3,200. But you can't play that game unless you're up. And if you're willing to sacrifice it and say, fuck it, it's going to work or it isn't, fine. But just know you could be giving away the pile. Think a better idea is to pull a piece of your money out each jump on the parlay. So if you bet 200 to start and you want it to 4, pull 100 out, flip the 3. If it loses, you only lost $1. You turn that into 6, right? Now pull the other 100 out. Okay. Now in my example, if I would have done that both times, I'd have 500 sitting in front of me, right? And my 200 back restored in my pocket of my money. Now, if I would have flipped that 500 2 more times, it would have been 1,000 and 2,000. It wouldn't have been 3,200, but it still would have been sexy as fuck. If you were willing to leave it 2 times. I don't even know if I would do that. I always say what it could be, but you really shouldn't. If you get a parlay up 3 times, I think a better idea is just flat bet it out from there. If you want to be a selfish C word, hey, have at it. But be prepared to be unhappy. So, fucking, there's a lot that can be done out of a little if you get lucky at the right time. A lot of what I tried to do wasn't parlays either. I was variable hunting. Once I got it over 1,000, I would look for something that would never come down past 2 of either side, right? And I got a little lucky with that. On a table here, a table there, And I wasn't increasing it or parlaying it. I was just flat betting it. And over time, it was an 8-hour day, mind you. But over time, I was able to find shoes like that would produce. And it wasn't just, seconds not going 3. It was some choppy shoes and everything else. I wasn't playing runs, though. I'll tell you what, the whole day, I wasn't playing runs. Because I'm so fucking scared of Brad's specials now. Chopping on the 5th one. He had a pretty good hit rate. He was at about 75% yesterday for the day. I stopped tracking it for a while, but from what I noticed, he was hitting 5 in a jump more than he wasn't, and I'm like, he's got something there. I'm not betting for runs anymore. I'm not. I think when it comes to runs, I think what I'm going to do is fuck them, maybe bet the dominancy once on the second, and then I'll jump out till it goes 6. And you know what I'll do? I'll jump out. Because how many times? The 3-4. The 3-4 chop. The Brad special gets us every fucking time. I don't want anything to do with the 3rd, the 4th, or the 5th on the run. I don't care. And even if it wins 17 deep, fuck it. I'm on it after the 5th one goes 6. You know what I mean? Fuck it. And if I lose that next one, fuck it. Because think about it. Even if you win after the 3rd one, and you win on the 4th, how many times is the jump after the 4th or the 5th? You're not really winning on those anyway. So you might as well just wait and see if it's a long touch the bottom kind of run. And just jump on it from there. And if it doesn't right-hand turn, fuck them. I know there's a number of shoes that never right-hand turn as well. But there's a number of shoes that never touch the 6th one either. So you're limiting the cocksuckery event. Here's what I plan to do from now on. I'm going to try it for a little while on a flat bet. Whatever that value is up to me and you. But I'm going to wait till it goes 5 of something, and I'm going to bet against it the first time. I'm going to bet for the Brad special. I am. Because I'm fucking tired of seeing a natural after. But you know what? If I win with that natural, it looks so smart. But anyway, if it doesn't work and it goes 6, I'm immediately going to flat bet whatever I bought on the Brad special. Bet on the Brad special. I'm going to bet it again on the 6th one to right-hand turn. I'm going to instead bet against the run. I'm going to bet with the run once it goes 6. So I'm going to bet against it on the 5th, and I'm going to bet with it on the 6th. And if I lose them both, c'est la vie. Fuck it. I can't fucking predict the future, but I'm not going to bet against the run more than once either, right? It hurts enough to do it the first time. And you look stupid when you jump on it after and you missed all 6 of them. But fuck it. You don't care because you weren't betting against all 6 of them. You were only betting against the 5th one to not go 6. So then you're betting with it after that. And if it hits and it does in fact go 7, well, great. Now you got your money back from the prior one that didn't work on the Brad special. And if it wins just one more time, you've guaranteed the win. At the very least, well, not so. Because the 6th one, when it goes 7, right? You bet against the Brad special, you lost. It came down 6. Now you bet with the run and you win on the 7th one. Well, you've replaced the Brad special one. So now you're effectively even. But I'm going to stay on the run at that point, right? You've right-hand turn. We know it's got to go 7 before it can go 10, 12, 13. So fuck. I'm not going to just jump out and be a pussy. I'm going to stay on it. And you know what? If it chops from that point, well, that's over anyway. The run's over. I'm not going to play that game where I'm going to worry about fucking, oh, well, what's going to happen next? I'm just going to burn a hand. You know, it's just another example of where we burn a hand. But if I can get it to jump after 5, great. I won the very first effort. There's no second effort to be had. All we're trying to do is chop it on a run of 5. I don't give a fuck about the hand after the chop on the Brad special. I'm just finding a new variable at that point, right? So I'm not betting after that. If it does not work and Brad loses and it comes down to the 6th one, I'm gonna bet with the run at that point. In fact, Brad probably would too. Being honest. So that's the strategy I'm going to endorse when it comes to runs from now on. Just stay out of them. Fuck them. You don't worry about missing out either. Because a number of them don't come down anyway. And you got the backwards momentum more than you have positive. Because of the 3-4 chops. Because of the Brad special chops. Fuck runs. Fuck them. They got to get to the bottom or they don't count. Okay? I'm telling you. Track it. Don't even bet it. Track it on a piece of paper how many you would have won if you'd endorse that strategy. And let me know. Because I need the data. I can't do it all, guys. Let me know how that worked. Track it. Gets to 5, bet against it. Gets to 6, bet with it. If it does work after 6, flat bet it till it loses. See how you do. Don't increase it, though, because long runs are rare, and they're unicorns. They happen, but fuck. What are you really trying to do? Just get your money and just see how many more you can get. So, this is now a 24-minute video. This is insane. Just had a lot to say here. I wanted to clarify how I feel about betting after the 4th. I'm not doing it anymore, guys. I'm just not. I'm not. And if I do, I'll tell you why. Because if I do, I bet with it after 4 and it gets to 5. Now I'm going to bet against it. I look like an idiot. You know what I mean? because I win and then I jump off the run and I lose and it comes down and then everyone's like fuck you, don't judge me. I didn't have, anyway. Sorry. So you know what I mean. So I'm just not putting myself out there like that. I'm not going to lose the fourth one and then bet against the Brad and have Brad lose and have it come down and then bet with the run finally and then have it lose. I lose all three, right? So fuck that. I'll just wait for runs of 5. They're less common. So the cocksuckery event doesn't happen as often. I don't have to put my heart on the table as often. Let them smash it. It's just I think that'll work. So I got a little off topic talking about the runs, but the long and the short of it is, yeah, dude, I turned $200 into $3,000, and I still had my 1,000 in the pocket, right? So I had a total when I left there with 4,000, and the whole day I effectively was playing with $2,415, right? Everything combined that I exchanged money for. I still had 1,000 in my pocket. I never had to use, but I was bought in for about $1,415, right? So when you subtract that difference from the $3,000, I basically made a little under 1,600. Anyways, I could have went and got one more quarter, but I was like, fuck it. I don't need to make it perfect. I basically, in my mind, had $1,600. I don't care about the $15. Losing those nickels hedging on the Super 6 sometimes anyway, right? So fuck it. I don't care about those red chips. I made 1585, you want to be specific. That's a great day. Great fucking day. So it's an epic day. I mean, a great day to me would be a double daily, right? We don't got to do all that. We don't got to try that hard. I don't think anyone should hold themselves to that kind of standard. I almost didn't post this video because I don't want people thinking it's easy. Look what I put myself through, for fuck's sake. I was up 1,600. I gave it all back. Then, I gave away another fucking 1,200 or so of my own money before my last 200 got it all back, plus their money. Basically that 200 was a $2,600 swing, right? No, $2,800 swing. Fucked up. I know. But that's what I was able to do. I was able to fix everything this time with very little. That's why I'm saying challenge yourself to buy in with less, because you don't need a lot on the table to win. How many times you see these fucking people, they litter the fucking layout with $100 bills like it means something. Like that's what they need to get things done. I need money to make money. No, you fucking don't. I just fucking proved it. I turned $200 into $3,000. You don't need a lot. You can go with a lot, but don't buy in with a lot, because if you buy in with a lot, you think they're disposable. And then before you know it, that same person's buying in again with another 2,500 and then another 2,500. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. You know that guy. You know who that guy is. They're everywhere. I like some of them, but they're stupid. They bet too much all at once. How much money do you have to do that? Right? You're going to go out there and you're going to sling $500,000 bets every hand? Great. Go for it. Apparently, you've come with $40,000. I doubt it, but we'll see. They don't. They lose. Some of them don't. Some of them win. Some of them know how to leave, too, mind you. Some of them do. But I'd say a greater majority say, fuck it, I'm just going to play till I get fucked. It's just sad. And then you see them on their last bankroll. They're pulling out, all the bills that are just left over. A few $100 bills and some 20s and shit. And some singles even. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing right now, right? That kind of shit. You know you've seen that. That's just sad. The guy had more than enough money with him to break it down over a respectable amount of money. Still could have bet more if he had that much money with him. He didn't have to bet $75 or $100 units like I do. Of course not. But know what your balance is for whatever, wherever you are at. Because I know there's all different kinds of people that might be watching this that have bankroll, okay? I respect that. But respect yourself to know whatever you're working with. I'm telling you, man, balance it out to at least a 40 unit structure. And whatever that number comes out to, I think that's what you have to play with as your base, okay? You want to make a 2 or 3 unit bet with that said unit? Fine. But understand, every time you lose one of those, it's a lot harder to get it back. You know? If you're going to put 3 of them out there, whatever that base unit is for you, let's say your base was 250, you're going to shell out 750 for a 3 unit bet. Those are hard to fix. You know? Like, I was up 1,600, and then I gave the better part of 1,200 and change away. On top of that, it's $2,800. Well, look at what happened. I turned that last 200 into 3,000. I got my 2,800 back, but I didn't have to make it that hard. I did it out of the little stuff to get my money back first. That was job one. Get back to even. Then assess the situation. Do I have a good shoe? I do. We'll try for it. Win a few more. Great. Is there another situation somewhere else when my situation ends? Oh, look, this is working. Hopefully I didn't miss the boat, right? But I'll try for it on the cheap and see what I can run it up to if it sticks. And the great thing about the way we're trying to play is we're not betting every hand. We're not. How many shoes do I play where I'm just waiting for this, or I'm waiting for seconds, or I'm waiting for a chop on a second bank, or whatever I'm trying to play for the moment. I'm trying not to be involved in 80 fucking hands, man. You can't. It's suicide to play that many hands. There's too many bullshit hands out there. Don't you feel great when you stay out of a hand and you know you were going to bet on that losing side and you see the way you would have got fucked? You're like, holy fuck, right? Especially if it would have been a big bet. You're like, god dang. Or when you're betting a 1-2 chop and you're on the burn hand, and that's the burn hand that would have fucked you if you would have bet. You're like, damn, I just saved money there. It's so cool. Yeah, you only got to bet one time. And if it loses, fucking it went 3, you're not playing, right? Those are the things that protect us from the downward spiral. And there's almost no way that you're able to martingale playing a win a hand, burn a hand. Or, I mean, the most you can do is lose twice. For whatever it is. You lose twice, you're burning a hand. There's no other bet to be had. Unless when you finally do bet again, you're going to bet more. Like, you're stupid if you do that. Even if you win, you're still stupid because you're enabling yourself. But listen, I do it too. I'm the guy in the pamphlet. So you've come this far. It's like, I want everyone to be better. We can be better, guys. I'm mostly making this video for myself to remind me later when I lose all this that I'm an asshole. But guys, I don't know. I'm sure there's people out there that have won a lot of money that understand what I'm talking about. Like, you never feel like what you're doing's enough, right? You're like, man, this is chump change. I've done better than this, right? But clip that. I mean, what if you made 1,000 a day? Let's say you're a baller and you're able to make 1,000 a day, bro. And just did that for 3 months. You got 90 grand in 3 months. Like, what's wrong with that in 3 months? Fuck, man. In 3 months, 90 grand. You do that 4 times a year. 360 grand. That's not good enough for you, huh? You're between $250,000 and $500,000. That's not good enough for you. Just making 1,000 a day. You know why it's not good enough? It's because we're cunts. We're both cunts, guys. We gotta not be cunts. That's all it is. Happy wife, right? Man, you're making 1,000 a day. I don't know how she ain't happy. She better be making you happy and fucking making 1,000 a day. Fuck. But I guess that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Yeah. I had a good day, guys. I came up, but you got to understand when you come up, especially when you're well above and beyond your mark for where you wanted to be for the day, just leave. Go home and come back the next day. I fucking destroyed them yesterday. Because the longer you stay there, you're going to get hungry, you're going to get tired, you're going to get angry, you're going to get happy, you're going to get you're going to have the whole gamut of emotions. And the longer you're in that, if you start giving it back, it's very hard to not chase it. And that's what happened to me. I started to feel the 1600 that I won in the first 2 hours slip away. I started to chase it, and I paid dearly for that. I had to go buy more Canadian with my American money just to fix this whole bullshit. I didn't even want to, but I did. So there we are. It worked out this time. But look how many times I had to. All right, I'm buying with another 300. I'm buying with another 575. I'm buying with another 140. I'm buying with another 200. I just won all of it back. And theirs. But here's a nightmare situation. What if I was never up that 1600? And I just fucking lost my ass. I just lost my ass without ever winning. I might not have fixed this, if you think about it. I was up there 16, and then I gave 1,000 of mine back. I already said I only came into this day with about 2,400 Canadian. Guess what? If I wasn't up on their money, I would have got fucked. I would have been long since fucked without any chance of recompense. That's what's important here. I would have got fucked if I wasn't already up on their money. I insulated the blow by having their money in front of me. But then, once I lose that, I'm like, okay, this just got real. I lost the money that I took from them, and then I was down, a K of my own. I'm like, bro, that's more than I came with today. And that's why when I came back to the table after I lost that, I'm like, we're going to do this in micro buy-ins now. I bought them with the 140. Like I said, I turned that 140 into 800, and I still fucked it up. I gave that back too. But then when I bought it with that last 200, I was able to fix the whole thing out of a measly $200. That's the ebb and the flow. You got to be able to recognize the good situations and the bad. When the good situations stop, like knowing your run is done, man. And net the difference. Please, God, net the difference. I don't care if you don't get back to your highest moment. You want to try to fight for it one more time to get back to your highest moment? Guess what? If that moment loses, you're taking the rest, man. You're taking the rest. Because I had 1,600, I had 1,600. But I was only bought in for 3. So I had 1,900 in front of me. So part of my stupid arrogance said, I want to close this out and walk away with 2 orange chips, right? Or at least 4 purple chips, right? I wanted just to look at them like I have right there. So, like I said, I kept fighting. I gave it all back, man. All because of one black chip. All because of one black chip. I allowed myself to go in a downward spiral where I gave it all back. It's fucked. So you can't do that. You can't do that. These are the stories I just need to tell before something bad happens to me. Nobody knows what can happen to them. I've been in so many near misses and car accidents lately. I just never know what's going to happen in my life. And driving as much as I do, it's Russian roulette out here every day, man. Just driving around for a living. So, I can't believe this is almost 40 minutes. There's no way anyone continued watching this to this point. Just be better, people. Okay. If you eclipse, your goal by 3x, God forbid if it was over 5x and you give that much back. Oh my God. I did it. I'm the worst one, guys. But you can all be better than me. You get it up to 5x and you start slipping away. You want to try to get it back to the 5x one time. Fine. One time only. If that loses, it loses. You net the difference and take the W for the day. Take the damn W.